Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
As farmers begin to hit the fields for planting, they'll be moving sprayers, planters, fertilizer trucks, and other large equipment from field to field, often using public roadways. Along with wearing your seatbelt, it's important to make sure you are using extra driving precautions when sharing the road with farmers.
And pass with care and caution, and pass within the areas that it's legal to, and just give yourself more time to get from point A to point B. So therefore, if you do come across a roadway that's congested with farm equipment, that you have that extra time built in.
A lot of farm equipment will be traveling at under 25 miles per hour. There's still time for area high schoolers to enter for a chance to win $10,000 and another $10,000 for a school-sponsored activity or program. The Lesson Learned Team Safe Driving campaign is sponsored by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and the South Dakota Broadcasters Association. All students have to do is complete a 2-minute safe driving quiz. They can also share the quiz with friends to get extra entries. The deadline to enter is April 30th. New this morning, one driver is facing a list of charges after a traffic stop in Turner County. It started just before 10 o'clock last night. The Turner County Sheriff's Office says deputies received a call of an SUV swerving from ditch to ditch in northwest of Marion. They found it a short time later and stopped it. The driver's blood alcohol content was 3 times the legal limit. They were taken to the Clay County Jail and charged with DUI, possession of a controlled substance, and more. A Northwest Iowa man is behind bars in Sioux County, accused of stealing checks and writing them to himself. The Sioux County Sheriff's Office says the investigation started earlier this month when a bank officer noticed suspicious activity on 2 accounts. Deputies then learned 29-year-old Austin Vink stole the checks from 2 whole Iowa homes he was hired to clean. Authorities say the checks totaled over $6,000. Vink is also accused of stealing cash from one of the victims. He's charged with 2 counts of forgery, 2 counts of felony theft, and 1 count of misdemeanor theft. Turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Munt. Warmer temps are on the way, but how long will they stick around, Scott?
Yeah, we'll have temperatures in the 60s. Many locations at or above average as we do go through the day today with light winds. And this will happen with plenty of sunshine across southeastern KELOLAND. Forecasting a high of 63 in Sioux Falls. Light east wind of 5 to 15 miles per hour. 56 in Aberdeen today. Skies will become mostly sunny. Central South Dakota 62. A slowly increasing southeast wind in central and south central South Dakota. And it will become windy across western KELOLAND. Rapid City's wind speed at 20 to 35 with a high near 70. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian coming up. Thank you, Scott. 2 drive-in movie theaters in KELOLAND have announced their opening dates. The first is the Vern Drive-In in Laverne, Minnesota. It opens on Friday with The Bad Guys and Dog. Then next month, the Starlight Drive-In in Mitchell will open on May 6th with Spider-Man: No Way Home. The Starlight was closed for 7 years before reopening in 2020 to give people a way to see movies safely during the pandemic. All this week, volunteers and groups have been helping to clean up Rapid City. During Community Cleanup Week, hundreds of volunteers are combing through parks, ditches, drainage areas, fence lines, and neighborhoods to pick up trash. This is the 51st year for the Community Cleanup Week. Fees are also waived for disposal of many items at the Rapid City landfill. Another way people can help their community is by planting trees. Next month, the Urban Forestry Board will host 5 tree planting workshops at Roosevelt Park in Rapid City. Participants will plant trees while learning how to select the right tree for your yard, proper planting techniques, and care. The workshops are scheduled for May 17th through the 21st. Space is available for 20 people per day. An urban forest initiative is also taking place in Brookings with a similar goal, planting more trees. You can get reimbursed for up to $125 per tree. Trees can be planted in your own yard or on city boulevards. Brookings residents interested in the program can visit their local tree nursery and ask about which trees qualify. Absentee voting for the June primary election starts tomorrow. You may be surprised to find a constitutional amendment on your ballot. Amendment C proposes requiring a 3/5 vote to approve ballot measures that impose taxes or fees
or obligate more than $10 million. Tonight on KELOLAND News, we'll break down the amendment and find out why it landed on the spring ballot instead of the general election.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather as we head into tomorrow. A lot of busy forecast conditions here. First of all, we have an enhanced risk of severe weather. Friday night, looks like eastern South Dakota, kind of the bullseye with that. Obviously, any storms that develop could become severe. It's just a question of how many and the placement of that on the weather maps. We also have this blizzard possible for the far west, pertaining mainly to Saturday. Again, conditions there will be monitored as well. Here we go. Temperatures today, a lot of 60s in the south. We've got 50-degree weather north. You'll notice a lot of sunshine. Developing southeasterly winds will fetch into western South Dakota. Now let's take this map out into late tonight. You're going to notice clouds thicken Sioux Falls area. Pretty mild, actually. Overnight lows in the upper 40s and low 50s. And then, will we get some rain? Well, we could see some rain to start the day in northwest Iowa, but then a quick turnaround. Look at these highs along the Nebraska-South Dakota border. We are going to see a few 90s. I don't know how many yet, but a few of them will be out there. And then watching radar tomorrow night. Again, storm clusters will be out there, and where they do pop up, severe weather is possible. Okay, that's a lot of weather. We didn't even get to the wind and the snow forecast out west. 68 today, Rapid City will end with your 7 days. Bottom line is the wind really cranks up on Saturday. Out of the south, we could get gusts of 50 to 60. And then we're in the 50s behind the system. Hopefully, at least a few scattered hits of rain out there with all of this. Next week will be cooler to start the week, Sunday, Monday in Aberdeen. I do expect scattered rain chances in Pierre. This is not necessarily a setup for good soaking rain, but at this point, you're probably going to have to get a thunderstorm to get that rain, and I would expect the west. We may get some storms around Rapid City tomorrow, but then Saturday it's wind and turning colder and heavy wet snow in the Black Hills. Sturgis could get a lot of wind and snow. Stay tuned on that. More coverage at KELOLAND.com.